Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Rising Tide says its annual blockade of Newcastle Port was a success after it forced the suspension of shipping for 3 hours yesterday. Protesters took to the water from Horseshoe Beach over the weekend with the aim of stopping coal ships entering the port. The Port Authority suspended shipping movements at about 1 p.m. yesterday, impacting 4 ships, which included 2 non-coal cargo vessels. Rising Tide community organiser Zach Schofield says it was never their intention to disrupt non-coal ships.
We have no interest in blocking non-coal shipping in Newcastle, and we've informed the Port Authority of New South Wales that those ships are welcome to come in. We're very, very happy to have them, and we could have avoided all of this if the port had simply rescheduled coal shipments for this movement, as we've been requesting for the last 3 months.
Police arrested 141 people during the protest, including a 26-year-old woman whose boat collided with a police jet ski. Meanwhile, in a separate incident, an 18-year-old man was arrested and charged with 2 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm after allegedly assaulting a 46-year-old man at the Foreshore campground. Police say several people were allegedly involved in the incident, where the man sustained cuts to his back, arms, legs and head. Assistant Commissioner David Waddell says most of the arrests related to people illegally entering the marine exclusion zone.
We are concerned with the dangerous behaviour that we saw during this operation. This was a major operation to ensure the safety of all the users at harbour, including the protesters.
Meanwhile, 16 protesters have locked themselves onto coal equipment this morning, disrupting coal loading at the Port of Newcastle. 8 people have locked on to 2 coal loaders and another 8 are attached to conveyor belts. Police are on site making arrests. Rising Tide has indicated today is the final day of protest action. Zach Schofield says protesters are prepared to face the consequences in court.
So this is a very critical issue. Of course, people are willing to go out and put themselves in harm's way. Why wouldn't you?
There's a blackout risk for the Hunter as early as 2027 when the Eraring power station is set to close. The energy market operator is warning the grid is underprepared to manage the closure of the country's largest coal-fired power station. Federal Minister Chris Bowen is expecting an increase in large-scale and home batteries. The close-knit Waibong community is still coming to grips with the loss of its historic local hall. Early last Monday morning, fire tore through the original hall built in 1923 and severely damaged a new extension opened just 4 years ago. Muswellbrook Mayor Jeff Drayton says council will write to state and federal authorities in the hope of securing funds to rebuild the hall.
We'll work really closely with that community to help in rebuilding that hall. So certainly very sad, and it's a fairly tight-knit community, the Waibong community out there, and hopefully we can help them get back on their feet with their hall.
The worldwide UN initiative, the 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence, is commencing in the Upper Hunter. Upper Hunter Homeless Support aims to raise awareness and spark important conversations about the impacts of domestic violence. The region has higher rates than the rest of the state, a statistic they hope to combat. General Manager Mary Sporer says we should all educate ourselves.
Something that everyone can do is ensure that you are more educated. There are lots of red flags when it comes to domestic abuse that you might dismiss. You might not realise how crucial those little tells are. So one of the things I would advise everyone to do is try and educate yourself.
To NURFM Sport.
The Jets have secured their second win of the A-League men's season, taking down Auckland 2-1 away from home. Conditions made a difference in the second half, with both captains having to come together to decide whether or not to play on, with torrential rain causing big puddles on the pitch. Coach Mark Milligan says it was the right call for the game to continue.
No complaints. That's football. We play outside, mate. We need to deal with these things.
Newcastle's Mariah Williams was the hero for the New South Wales Pride in their Hockey One bronze medal match against Adelaide. The Hockeyroos scored via a penalty stroke with 3 seconds remaining to level the match at 2-2, then won it moments later through a one-on-one conversion. Varonesh Sharma made 122 of Uni's 258 on day 1 against Newcastle City in Newcastle first grade cricket. City are 2 for 29 after 11 overs at stumps. And Harry Atkinson registered 2 rounds of 66 to finish 8 under and take home the W.E. Alexander Open at Waratah Golf Club. That's sport. I'm Will McGrath.
And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 5, 10, 17, 22, 36 and 44, and the supplementaries are 3 and 11. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.